My family treated me like their personal chef every holiday. 15 years of cooking massive meals alone while everyone else showed up, ate, and left me with the mess. Thanksgiving for 20 people. Christmas for 25. Every birthday, every celebration. I was the cook, the cleaner, the one who worked while they partied. So this year, I didn't show up to Christmas. I blocked everyone's numbers on Christmas Eve and turned off my phone. 3 hours into Christmas Day, someone got through on my work phone. My sister. Screaming. "What did you do?" Mom's in tears. "There's no dinner. 20 people are here with nothing to eat. Dad's losing his mind. You need to fix this right now." I could hear absolute chaos. People yelling in the background. My mother sobbing. My brother shouting something about ordering food. My nieces asking when we were eating. Total disaster. I let my sister scream for a full minute. Then I said 6 words that made her go completely silent. Not my problem anymore. Good luck. Hung up. But what my family didn't know as they stood in that kitchen with hungry guests and zero food was what I'd found 2 months earlier. A text thread. The whole family. Everyone except me. And what they'd been saying about me, about my cooking, about how easy it was to just let her handle it made me realize something. I wasn't family to them. I was free labor. And when they finally understood why I really wasn't coming back, when they saw the screenshots I'd been saving, it would do more than ruin Christmas. It would blow up everything they thought they knew about our family. If you're watching this right now, drop a comment and let me know where you're viewing from. I want to know I'm not the only one who got tired of being the family servant while everyone else had fun. My name is Deanna Marshall, and I'm 38 years old. I live in Columbus, Ohio, where I work as an operations manager for a logistics company. I grew up here with my parents Frank and Rita, my older sister Jillian who's 41, and my younger brother Paul who's 35. From the outside, we looked like a close, traditional family. Big Sunday dinners. Holiday gatherings. The whole thing. What nobody saw was how I'd somehow become the designated cook for every family event since I was 23. Not because I volunteered. Not because I was particularly good at it. But because one year, my mom had the flu during Thanksgiving and asked if I could help out. I ended up cooking the entire meal. Everyone raved about it. And just like that, cooking every holiday became my permanent, unspoken job. Before I tell you about the text thread that changed everything and the Christmas that made my family realize they'd pushed me too far, hit the like button and subscribe to hear more real stories about people who finally stopped being taken for granted. These stories might help you see when you're being used. The first time I cooked Thanksgiving, I was 23. My mom was sick, genuinely couldn't do it, and I stepped up. I spent 3 days learning recipes, shopping, prepping. I cooked for 12 people. Turkey, sides, desserts, everything. It was exhausting, but everyone loved it. My mom hugged me and said, "You saved Thanksgiving." I felt good about it. Like I'd helped my family when they needed me. The next year, my mom asked if I'd mind doing it again since everyone had loved my cooking. I said sure. I mean, it was just once a year. Year 3, nobody asked. My mom just announced to everyone that I was doing Thanksgiving. Like it was decided without me. By year 5, it wasn't just Thanksgiving. It was Christmas. Easter. My dad's birthday. My mom's birthday. Any family gathering over 6 people, I was expected to cook. And it wasn't just cooking. It was everything. Menu planning. Shopping. All the prep work. Cooking everything day of. Setting the table. Serving the food. And then cleaning everything up. Alone. While my family sat in the living room digesting and watching TV. The pattern became predictable. I'd arrive at my parents' house at 6 a.m. the day of any big meal. I'd spend the entire day in the kitchen. My family would show up around 2 or 3 p.m., eat what I'd made, compliment it briefly, then disappear to socialize. I'd be left with a destroyed kitchen. Mountains of dishes. Food everywhere. Pans that needed scrubbing for an hour. Nobody helped. Not my sister, who'd say she needed to watch her kids. Not my brother, who'd claim he didn't know how to load a dishwasher properly. Not my parents, who'd say they were too old to be on their feet that long. Nobody. I'd finish cleaning around 9 or 10 p.m. Drive home exhausted. And spend the next day recovering from standing and working for 15 hours straight. Every holiday, same thing. 15 years of it. I never complained because I thought this was just what you did for family. You contributed. You helped. You made sacrifices. But somewhere around year 10, it stopped feeling like contributing. It started feeling like being used. My sister Jillian would show up to holiday meals with her husband and 3 kids. They'd eat, the kids would make a mess, and they'd leave by 5 p.m. because the kids need to get to bed. She never once offered to help cook or clean. She'd bring a bag of chips and call it her contribution. My brother Paul would show up alone or with whatever girlfriend he had at the time. He'd eat, compliment the food, then spend the rest of the time on his phone or watching sports. He'd leave right after eating, always with some excuse about having other plans. My parents would eat and immediately plant themselves in the living room. My dad would turn on football. My mom would organize games or activities for the grandkids. Both would act like the kitchen would clean itself. I started noticing things. Little things that added up. Like how nobody ever asked if I needed help. They'd just assume I had it under control. Or how they'd make requests for specific dishes without considering that each request added hours to my workload. Last Thanksgiving was particularly bad. I'd cooked for 22 people. My entire extended family, including cousins I barely knew. I'd been cooking for 4 days straight. 2 turkeys, ham. 8 different sides. 4 desserts. Rolls from scratch. Everything homemade because my mom had mentioned that store-bought just isn't the same. I'd worked myself to exhaustion. My back was killing me. My feet were so swollen I could barely stand. I was covered in burns from the oven and cuts from all the prep work. Dinner was served at 3 p.m. By 3:30, everyone was done eating. By 4 o'clock, they'd all moved to other rooms. The kitchen looked like a bomb had gone off, food crusted on every surface. Dishes stacked everywhere. The floor sticky with spills. I started cleaning. Alone. I could hear everyone in the living room having a great time. Laughing. Watching the game. Kids playing. Everyone enjoying the holiday I'd spent 4 days preparing. Around 7 p.m., my mom came into the kitchen. For a second, I thought she was going to help or at least offer. Instead, she said, "Deanna, before you leave tonight, can you pack up leftovers for everyone? And make sure you save the turkey carcass. I want to make soup tomorrow." Not "thank you for cooking." Not "this must be exhausting." Just more tasks for me to do. I nodded and kept cleaning. But something inside me shifted. This wasn't normal. This wasn't family helping each other. This was one person doing all the work while everyone else benefited. After Thanksgiving, I started paying closer attention to the pattern. Christmas was the same. I cooked for 25 people. Spent days preparing. They ate, I cleaned, they left. Easter came. Same thing. My dad's birthday in May. My mom's birthday in July. Every single time, I did all the work. I started feeling resentful. Then angry. Then used. But I didn't know how to address it without seeming ungrateful or causing family drama. Then 2 months ago, something happened that changed everything. I was at my parents' house helping my dad with his computer. He'd left his phone on the kitchen table. A text notification lit up the screen. I saw my name in the preview. I shouldn't have looked. But I did. It was a text thread called Holiday Coordination. Everyone in the family except me. I opened it. What I found made my stomach turn. Months of messages. All of them talking about me. Planning around me. Discussing me like I was the help, not family. I scrolled through, getting angrier with each message. From September, my mom, Deanna's doing Thanksgiving again this year. I told her we're starting at 3 instead of 2. Nobody had asked me. My mom had just decided and informed everyone else. My sister, can she make those sweet potatoes she did last year? Those were actually good. My brother, and extra stuffing. We always run out. Mom, I'll tell her. They were making requests. Adding to my workload. Without asking me. Just assuming I'd do it. More messages from October. Jillian, is it bad that I kind of love that Deanna does all the cooking? It means I can actually enjoy Thanksgiving without working. Paul, right? It's like having a free caterer every holiday. Mom, she's always been good at cooking. And she doesn't seem to mind. Dad. She'd say something if it bothered her. They thought I didn't mind. They'd convinced themselves I enjoyed spending every holiday cooking and cleaning while they relaxed. I kept scrolling. Found messages critiquing my cooking. Jillian, the turkey was kind of dry last year. Should someone mention it to Deanna? Mom, I'll suggest she baste it more this time. Paul, also, those green beans were weird. Can she just do regular ones? My Aunt Carol, who I barely saw outside holidays. The desserts were okay but nothing special. Maybe she should try new recipes. They were complaining about food I'd made for free. Food I'd spent days preparing. They were sitting around picking apart my cooking while planning to make me do it again. The messages got worse closer to Christmas. Mom, Christmas dinner. Same as always. Deanna cooks, everyone brings drinks. Jillian, how many people this year? Mom, 25. Deanna can handle it. Paul, should we ask if she wants help? Jillian, she never wants help. She's particular about how things are done. That was a lie. I'd never said I didn't want help. Nobody had ever offered. More messages. Dad, what time should people arrive? Mom, I'll tell Deanna to have everything ready by 2. That gives her all morning to cook. Jillian, can she make those cookies she did last year? The chocolate ones? Paul, and that cranberry sauce. Not the canned stuff. Aunt Carol, tell her to make extra ham. 25 people will eat a lot. They were planning my entire Christmas. Making demands. Adding requests. And nobody had asked me if I was even available or willing to do it. The most recent message was from 3 days ago. Mom, Deanna's all set for Christmas. She'll have everything ready by 2. Paul, perfect. I'll bring beer. Jillian, I'll bring chips. Dad, sounds good. Chips and beer. That was their contribution. While I spent days cooking a feast for 25 people. I screenshot every single message. Saved them all to a folder. Then I put my dad's phone back exactly where I found it and left. I drove home shaking with rage. 15 years. 15 years of cooking and cleaning for people who saw me as free labor. Who complained about my cooking behind my back. Who made plans without consulting me. Who thought I didn't mind doing all the work. I was done. I spent the next 2 months planning my exit. I knew they'd panic when I didn't show up. I knew they'd call and text and try to guilt me into coming anyway. So I prepared. I decided I'd block everyone on Christmas Eve. Turn off my phone. Spend Christmas completely alone doing exactly what I wanted. And when they finally reached me, I'd tell them the truth. Christmas Eve arrived. Around 5 p.m., the text started. Mom, what time are you coming tomorrow to start cooking? I didn't respond. Jillian, hey, bringing an extra couple tomorrow. Hope that's okay. I didn't respond. Paul. Can you make those potatoes you did at Thanksgiving? Those were good. I didn't respond. At 8 p.m. Christmas Eve, I blocked everyone's numbers. My parents. My siblings. Extended family. Everyone. Then I turned off my phone. Christmas morning, I slept until 11 a.m. Made myself a nice breakfast. Put on comfortable clothes and watched movies. It was the most relaxed I'd felt on a holiday in 15 years. Around 2 p.m., I turned my phone back on. My work phone, which I'd left on just in case there was an actual emergency, had 5 missed calls from my sister from a number I didn't recognize. She called again immediately. I answered. "Where have you been?" She was screaming. "I've been trying to reach you all day. What did you do?" "I'm at home." "At home? What are you talking about? You're supposed to be here. There's no food." "Nothing. Mom's having a complete breakdown. Everyone's here and there's nothing to eat." I could hear chaos in the background. Multiple people talking loudly. My mother crying. Someone yelling about what to do. Kids asking when they were eating. "You need to get here right now and fix this," Jillian said. "No." "What do you mean, no? 25 people are here for Christmas dinner. You have to cook." "I don't have to do anything. This is ridiculous. Everyone's counting on you. You can't just not show up." "Why not? Nobody asked me if I was cooking this year. You all just assumed I would and made plans without checking with me. We always do Christmas this way. You know you're supposed to cook." "No, you all decided I'm supposed to cook and never bothered to ask if I agreed to it." "Deanna, people are hungry. Little kids are asking for food. You're being selfish." "I'm being selfish? I've cooked every holiday for 15 years while you all showed up, ate, and left me with the cleanup. But I'm the selfish one? This is different. This is Christmas. And I'm spending it how I want. At home. Alone. Relaxing. Mom is in tears. Dad is furious. You're ruining Christmas for everyone." "I'm not ruining anything. You all ruined it by treating me like hired help instead of family." "We don't treat you like hired help." "Really? Then why is there a group chat where you all talk about me like I'm a caterer? Where you complain about my cooking and make requests without asking me?" Silence. "What group chat?" "The one called Holiday Coordination. The one with everyone except me. The one where Mom announced I was cooking Christmas before telling me. The one where you said it's nice that I do all the cooking so you can enjoy the holiday. That group chat." More silence. I could hear her moving, probably going to a different room. "You went through someone's phone?" "I saw a text notification with my name on my dad's phone. I looked. And I found months of you all planning my work without consulting me. We were just coordinating the holidays. You were treating me like staff. Not family. Staff. That's not true." "It is true. And I have screenshots of every message to prove it." "You're being ridiculous." "So we made some jokes." "So what? You're going to abandon your family on Christmas over some texts?" "I'm not abandoning anyone. I'm just not cooking anymore. If you want Christmas dinner, you figure it out. There's no time. Everyone's already here." Sounds like you should have had a backup plan. Not my problem anymore. Good luck. I hung up. My phone immediately started ringing from different numbers. I blocked each one. Turned my phone off again. I spent the rest of Christmas exactly how I wanted. Ordered takeout. Watched movies I'd been wanting to see. Read a book. Took a long bath. It was perfect. I turned my phone on Christmas night. More messages had accumulated. "Mom, Deanna, please call me. This is a disaster. We had to order pizza for 25 people. Everyone's upset. Please explain what's happening. Jillian, you've officially ruined Christmas. Hope you're proud of yourself. Paul, this is the most immature thing you've ever done. We need to talk about your attitude. Dad, very disappointed in you. Family is supposed to support each other, not abandon them. I didn't respond to any of them. The next morning, my mom called from a number I didn't have blocked yet. I answered. Deanna, what is going on? You humiliated us yesterday. I didn't humiliate anyone. You humiliated yourselves by not having any plan when your free cook didn't show up. That's not fair. You've always cooked Christmas dinner. We thought you would this year too. Did anyone actually ask me if I was cooking? Pause. We didn't think we needed to ask. It's tradition. It's not tradition, Mom. It's you taking me for granted. That's not true. We appreciate everything you do. You appreciate it so much that you complain about it behind my back? You appreciate it so much that you make jokes about me being your free caterer? You appreciate it so much that nobody ever helps me clean? We've offered to help. When? Tell me one time in 15 years someone offered to help me clean after a holiday meal. She couldn't answer. That's what I thought, I said. You didn't offer because you didn't think about it. You just assumed I'd handle everything while you all enjoyed yourselves. What do you want from us, Deanna? An apology? I don't want anything from you. I'm done cooking for holidays. Completely done. If you want family dinners, someone else needs to do it. Nobody else knows how to cook for that many people. Then you'll figure it out or make different plans. Not my problem anymore. You're being unreasonable. I'm being done. There's a difference. I hung up. Over the next week, I got messages from everyone. Jillian saying I overreacted. Paul saying I was being dramatic. Aunts and uncles telling me I should apologize to my mother. A week after Christmas, I sent one final message to the family group chat. The one I was actually in. I sent all the screenshots from the holiday coordination chat. Every complaint. Every request made without asking me. Every message treating me like hired help. I added, this is why I didn't come to Christmas. I'm done being your free caterer. Enjoy planning your own holidays from now on. Then I left the group chat and blocked everyone again. My phone exploded. More calls, more texts, more voicemails. Jillian, you had no right to share private messages. Paul, this is petty and vindictive. Mom, taking things out of context doesn't help anyone heal. Dad, you're tearing this family apart over some jokes. I responded to none of them. 2 weeks later, my mom showed up at my apartment. I saw her through the peephole but didn't open the door. We talked through it. Deanna, please. Let's talk about this like adults. We can talk through the door. This is ridiculous. Let me in. No. Say what you need to say from there. Fine. We're planning Easter. We'd like you to come. As a guest or as the cook? Well, someone needs to handle the food. Hire a caterer. We can't afford a caterer. You can afford to expect me to do it for free for 15 years? This is different. You're family. Exactly. I'm family. Not staff. And family shouldn't be expected to do all the work while everyone else does nothing. We do help. No, you don't. You show up, eat, and leave. That's not helping. That's just showing up. I don't know what you want me to say. I don't want you to say anything. I want you to
think about you. I never respond. Maybe she's genuinely sorry. Maybe she's changed. But I'm not interested in finding out. The damage is permanent. My parents have stopped trying to contact me. I think they finally understood that my letter wasn't a cry for help or attention. It was a goodbye. Final and complete. Sometimes people ask if I regret cutting off my family, if I think about reconciliation, if I miss them. The answer is always no. You can't miss people who were never really present in your life. You can't reconcile with people who spent 25 years showing you exactly who they were. That letter was the truest thing I ever wrote. Every word of it was accurate. Every example was real. And the fact that my sister's first reaction was to say, "You've got to be kidding," told me everything I needed to know. Even when confronted with the truth, they didn't want to see it. But I forced them to see it. With that letter. With that evidence. With my permanent absence. And whether they've changed or not doesn't matter. Because I'm not doing this for them anymore. I did it for me. For the 14-year-old working at a bookstore while her sister got handed everything. For the 18-year-old working night shifts to pay for college. For the 22-year-old spending holidays alone because her family was celebrating her sister. For every version of me that tried so hard to be seen and never was. That letter set me free. Walking away set me free. Building a life where I'm valued set me free. And I'd do it all over again, without hesitation. Because here's what I learned from being the forgotten daughter. Family isn't determined by blood. It's determined by who shows up. By who celebrates you. By who treats you like you matter. My biological family failed at that for 25 years. My chosen family succeeds at it every day. The letter I left wasn't meant to destroy them. It was meant to free me. And it did. Have you ever been the invisible child? Have you had to leave a letter behind because your family refused to hear you? Have you walked away from people who chose someone else over you every single day? Share your stories in the comments. Let's talk about the moment you chose yourself over people who never chose you. If this story resonated with you, hit the like button and subscribe for more real stories about forgotten children who finally walked away and never looked back. Share this with someone who needs to hear that leaving isn't giving up. It's choosing yourself. Thank you for watching. And remember, you don't owe your presence to people who made you feel invisible. The family that couldn't see you doesn't deserve access to the person you became without them. That letter you're afraid to write? Maybe it's time. Not for them. For you.